Meat bicycle!
Hello everybody, welcome back to another modded weapon guide here on Borderlands 2. Today we are back with kind of a second parter of a series of weapons that has been brought out. We've already done the first one and today's the time for the second one. So these weapons are made by Coleby and they're meant to run together, but at the time only the first one was available when I reviewed it. So we've already covered the yin, and today we're going to be looking at the yang. So obviously yin and yang, people know what that is. I did explain that in the first video as well for those that didn't. But this is the yang, which is the light positive hybrid SMG. And yeah, we're going to be giving this thing a full weapon guide, and we're going to be using the yin a little bit as well, just in collaboration with it, because that is what is recommended. So let's start the guide, and as always we'll start off by showing you guys exactly how to get this thing. As always with these modded weapon guides, the link is in the description. You can click on that and it'll take you straight there, or you can navigate there yourself by going to the Borderlands 2 community GitHub, clicking on Borderlands 2 mods, and then go into Coleby's section, which is right here, pretty close to the top. Click on that and that'll take you to his page, which we've reviewed a couple of his real life weapons previously, and like I said, the yin. Click on the yin, and if you want this, and that will be right there, but today we're going to be going for the yang. So same process, click on the actual name, click on the raw tab at the top right of the screen, right click, save as, and save into your Borderlands 2 binaries folder. Then come in the game and get the appropriate weapons you needed for these weapons, and then activate using the console commands. Now a little note here, execute in the game. I tried doing this in the main screen and it did delete all of my weapons, my sandbox and that needed for this patch. So make sure you execute it in the game, and again, if you die in save and quit out, you come back in, there is a chance your weapons will not be there and you'll have to give them all in again. So just be careful to execute this in the game, and be prepared that your weapons might disappear afterwards. So yeah, this is what the weapon looks like. Obviously you've seen the yin before, but I thought I'd just show it anyway. This is the yang, the positive, active, male principle in nature. And the yin is black because obviously it's dark and negative, and the yang is white because it's positive. So yeah, that is all the weapon looks like, and we're going to go give this a try out in Lynchwood and hopefully kill some enemies with it. Like I said, I'm going to focus mainly on the actual yang, but I will in little bits and bobs actually you know, bring in the yin and try and get some kills with it, because the yin is actually a healing weapon as well. So it does slag, but it doesn't tend to actually apply the slag to the enemies. It will use the slag actual element, but to actually get enemies slagged up, I'm going to stick to the magic missile. And again, we've already reviewed the yin, so I actually want to just try and use the yang a little bit more and hopefully get some kills on them. So yeah, anyway, like I said, let's go for the list of changes then. So I'm going to quickly review the actual list of changes of the yin. So obviously it replaces the lasso, and it's a slag and explosive E-Tech hybrid. It heals, moderate damage, high accuracy, and more powerful when paired with the yang. For the ultimate destruction, these are meant to be used together because the yin will slag and explode enemies, and the yang is actually fire, shock and corrosive. So just bear that in mind, that the yin does all of that. So the yang, he starts off by saying that big thanks to Aaron 40 for letting him use parts of his Chimera code for this mod. And this one will replace the Sandhawk. So the lasso will turn into the yin and the Sandhawk into the yang. This has significantly buffed weapon damage, higher elemental damage over time damage, and elemental splash damage. Obviously that will work pretty well anyway, but just remember to apply the patch as well, the community patch, because that really does help with damage over time statuses as well, so that will further help things with this. I tend to always run the patch anyway, but for those of you that don't, it's a very good idea to do it now with damage over time effects and chances, because of this community patch as well. It makes things a lot better. but this thing will increase elemental dot damage and elemental splash damage as well. It also regenerates SMG ammo, which is very handy when using SMGs because you can soon go through a lot of bullets. Yeah, again, the ultimate pairing here. If you're hurt and you need healing, pull out the yin, get yourself some health back, and then if you run out of ammo at all, you could switch to the yang, regenerate your ammo while running from different areas like I am doing now, and that'll just keep you handy. So this pair do actually combine real good help actually for the game in survivability and just playing length without having to run back to the ammo vendor all the time or forage around for ammo from crates. And like I said, can be used individually, but it's better when paired with the yin and a slag and explosive damage. So what do I think of this weapon? Well, I actually really like this weapon for sure. It's a good looking weapon, nice fire rate on it. I like the projectiles that come out of it, makes it nice and easy. It's a pretty accurate weapon as well really, so that's all you want in an SMG. Fast firing, a lot of damage, and yeah, with the triple elements on it, the actual fire, shock and corrosive elements into the enemies, makes it pretty good, but it's in no way overpowered at all. As you can see, you still have to work for your kills. You do still have to actually you know, slag enemies up to really do a lot of good damage. So it's a very well balanced weapon, and pretty cool that it comes with a little buddy as well that you can just basically get some more benefits from. So I like the idea of this, naming two weapons over different things. You get what I mean, one being the yin, one being the yang, and this thing is just it's Maya's dream really. You can get every element with two weapons, and you can use your storm cloud to get some good elemental damage on enemies. You can obviously slag them, pull out some magic missiles as well, get the enemies all slagged up, pull them in with phase lock like you can see right here, pull them off roofs and all in one little line, and then just fire. And this thing will just, well, it's elemental city, isn't it really, which is pretty good when you're wanting to kill a lot of enemies in a small area. So yeah, all in all, brilliant weapons. Really enjoyed reviewing the yin. And what the hell is that guy doing right there? I think we're going to go have a closer look to him right now. The poor guy's just been pulled into a state of not being able to do anything. He's still there, look, corroding away inside the little hatch. Poor bloke. So yeah, anyway, that was the Yang, part 2 of our Yin and Yang modded weapon reviews, made by Coleby over on the Borderlands 2 community GitHub. He's still there. Look at this guy. We're going to keep him there for as long as possible. Anyway, yeah, closer look. Poor guy. So yeah, thank you guys for watching. Really hope you enjoyed another modded weapon guide. That was the Yang made by Coleby. Let me know what you think of this thing down in the comments below if you give it a try out. Thank you guys, and I'll see you in the next one.